morning, crew. Good morning to you, and especially you on this great day. Another day to get your butt up on Get On Gear. If you had to be there at the top of the hour, you was late. You was very late. So you need to get your butt in gear, bring some donuts or whatever you need to do to butt up your boss because your butt is late. Tell him you had to stand on the corner and get some gas money because about this this day and age, that's what you got to do. Like, I had to drive real slow and turn off the air so I could drive fast. So I ain't had that much gas in my car. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have in the studio with me today the one and only. His name is Hemmingw8y. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You sound good. You sound good. You sound good. Yeah, we've been talking. I've been watching you from afar. My boy DJ Baker, who is on from 7 until 10, ladies and gentlemen, with the Raw and Uncut, introduced me to you, and I was like, okay then. All right, okay, I see what he's doing. And then there's all of these great artists that I have discovered along the way that are here in ATL.
Yeah.
You know, like Farillo Star. I told him he was full, but he's still coming.
He coming.
Right.
He gonna be here.
I told him we was full, but he's still coming.
He gonna be here.
He's cool. Rico Cassadine,
Yes.
Ty Valentino, and
Definitely.
the list goes on and on and on. Lil Kendra, who will be here in a few weeks. Oliver Twix. You know the crew. You know the crew. You know the crew. So let's go ahead and talk about you, sir, and where you fit in that. First of all, let's talk about the name. Where did that come from?
Hemmingw8y derived from the name Ernest Hemingway, which is one of my favorite writers.
Really?
Yeah, one of my favorite books is The Have and Have Nots.
Okay. Mine is The Old Man in the Sea, but go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
Go ahead.
But it came from Ernest Hemingway because I really, really enjoy his penmanship.
Okay.
And I pride myself on my penmanship. So I wanted to make sure that I had a name that actually was near and dear to me and like it made sense for me. And I just kind of tweaked it a little bit. I put the 8 there because 8 is my manifestation number. So I try to keep that number close to me as much as I possibly can with a lot of the stuff that I do. So yeah, that's for Hemingway.
You know, I've noticed as of late. I don't know if it's a new thing, but I'm going to age myself, but I don't mind because with age comes knowledge. But there was this huge song back in the day from the musical called Hair at the dawning of Aquarius. And they were talking about, you know, Quan. Quan is back there. You don't see him. He's shaking his head. Well, you know, they thought the dawn of Aquarius was back in the 70s, 60s. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Don't worry about it. Y'all look it up on Google. But they're saying that the dawning of Aquarius is like 2024, 26. And I'm noticing that everybody now is into their zodiac signs and to manifestation numbers and vibrations and that sort of thing. How does that play into what it is that you do?
I just try. I look up numbers. I look up numbers a lot because I like to know what they mean because I am a PK. So you know what I'm saying, I'm a pastor's kid, and even in the Bible, like a lot of numbers were numbers that stuck out that you know what I'm saying, like the whole 666 999 situation, all that other stuff. So that was like when I first started paying attention to numbers. But it just kind of carried over into like my adulthood now because it has, I feel like it has validity to it. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, some things that if you pay attention to it and you speak it into existence, when you want to speak it into existence, it'll fall into place. A lot of stuff for me happens around the number 8 though. Wow. So like my drops, like for music sometimes, like I'll try to like put it around the 8th or like something close to the 8th. I know with a lot of the shows that I do, some of them, like the bigger ones, will fall on that date. So I've been just trying to keep that number like kind of close to me because it also stands for new beginnings. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
Come on and teach, sir. Go ahead. Now, like yourself and the other artists that I mentioned, you know, there was an origin story. There was a point where you were contemplating, who am I? What am I? What is my gift? I'm finna do this rap thing. I'm finna do this writing thing. I'm finna do this singing thing. What was that point for you?
I started on the other side first. So I started off doing creative direction and choreography and dancing first.
Okay.
I did that for like 12 years professionally. And then I started to ghostwrite for an artist by the name of Keljon. And I went to the studio with her. I would always do like her reference tracks for her. Like whenever we would go, I would just do the reference tracks. Like we would sit around, sing, and she'd just be like, could you sing it again for me? I'm like, yeah. Or send it to her. So I would send it to her. Got to the studio one day, and the producer was like, you do music, bro? I'm like, no. And he was like, why don't you do music? And I guess her mic still on to where she could hear in the booth. She's like, I don't know why he don't do music. He need to be doing it, though. I've been telling him that for the longest. So I just was like, cool. I'm going to try it out. I was still a little iffy about it. My dad passed probably like 2 weeks after that. And at that point, it was just like, I have one parent left. I have one parent left. And my thing has always been, I want to make my parents happy. Like, I want to have it be a moment where they can be like, I'm proud of you. Even though they're proud of me for the smaller things, I still want them to see me in a bigger spectrum as well, just so they can, you know what I'm saying? I feel like be at peace that their son finally accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. So, yeah, at that point, I was just like, I have to do this. Like, wow. I really, really have to do this now.
Now, you mentioned that you were a PK, and
yes.
for those that don't know, that's a preacher's kid. So there had to be some pressure living in your truth, expressing that in your writing, and the pressure of being the PK. How did that play out for you? What was there a coming out story before you did the music, and how did that all play into who you are now?
Definitely way before the music, like way before the music. I have not been in a easy space with men. Even when my mom started dating after my parents separated, like the guys that she was kind of like dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Like they were men. They were masculine. They were, you know what I'm saying? Like very much so that. So it's like they just played everything by the book. You're supposed to play sports. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. And when I didn't, that was an issue. It was a really, really big issue. And then especially like when I actually started dating, my mom was okay with it, but my stepdad wasn't. So it became a thing. It became a problem. It became an issue at that point. I moved with my dad, and then I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna get peace. My dad's gonna, well, like, you know what I'm saying, look out for me and love on me. Definitely was not the case. My dad wasn't with it either.
Wow.
Like at all. He started to come around, but he would make like a lot of comments and just indirect things, and I could tell that it was something he wasn't too fond of. The only time he really was happy with me was like when I'm actually doing something. I really didn't have like a lot of support from him in my early age.
Okay.
And that was a big issue with us. So that's what caused the rift with us. But like as I got older, especially like right before he passed, we had a very, very in-depth conversation, and he just basically let me know that despite anything that I have going on, whatever I'm doing, like he still loves me, he's still proud of me.
Wow.
He apologized, and I'm 32. So this had been going on for like over a decade, and we just did not have a good relationship. And it was like that moment was like the breaking point to where we actually could have a conversation.
Wow.
From there.
Wow.
So yeah, but it definitely, even now, my mom, she don't listen to my music. I tell her which songs to listen to, which ones not to listen to, because she just be, I can't do all that cussing.
Well, you know, I that was going to be my next question. So when you came with your first song, because Dad is a PK,
yes,
and you came like, yo, Dad, this it, this, or Mom, this it, check this out, and they were like, baby, I like the music, the melody, it's real nice, but I know you're not fit to sing that song.
That was it. That was it. Like that literally, like, I was like, Mom, I'll just drop my single, like the video's out. I don't want you to watch the video though. I don't really know if I want you to listen to the song, because the first song I came out with was Pull Up. Pull Up is full of just, it's a lot.
Everything.
Yeah. And I knew that was going to take her too fast. So I waited till my second single when I dropped GPS. GPS is like real neo soul. So she was able to listen to that. And GPS doesn't really have like a lot of cussing in it. So she was just like, okay. She's like, I like this one. This one is really, really nice.
Okay.
But yeah, it just was a lot. And then with me doing this kind of music, it got back to the people at the church. So they were bringing it to her attention as if she didn't already know.
Wow.
So it became a thing for a little while when I first started doing music, because it was like, he out here cussing and he got these boys kissing in this video and all this other stuff. Like, Deborah, have you seen this? it was a lot, and it was a lot for her. But she stands beside me.
Yeah, you know what? And being a church boy, all day, every day. I'm from Louisiana, all day, every day.
Okay.
You in church on Sunday. You in Bible study on Wednesday. You in rehearsal on Saturday. You at the church dinner Sunday night. Okay. Yes. So I get it, and there's no hurt like church hurt. If you are not a church boy, if you never grew up in church or a church girl, PK kid, then you don't understand how it is to be in the environment, loving these people unconditionally, and them not loving you the same way. But you hearing that this is what everything is supposed to be. But that's another story for another day.
Okay.
Now there's a song that I ran across, and actually was my first kind of introduction to you, which is one of my favorites right now. We play it on our slow jam song, Slow Motion, ladies and gentlemen, from 11 until 2 a.m. Shameless plug on my own station, but yeah. So it's all LGBTQ songs, slow jams back to back to back, and Writer's Block is one of those songs for me. I was like, okay, I feel you. I feel you on this. Like, okay. So tell me how that song came about and what went into writing it, and then we're gonna listen to it too.
Writer's Block was exactly what the song title was. It was like a moment where I wanted to express myself about what I was going through in a relationship, and I could not find the words. Like, I couldn't find the words to kind of like make it make sense for me. And I went through like maybe 3 or 4 different versions of that song before I finally kind of settled on what is the song now. Like, and I had like, even on the second verse, and you'll hear it when he plays it, but on the second verse I went through a bunch of songs that actually helped me figure out what I wanted to write. Like, all those artists that I named, I went through all those artists, literally, like, just kind of like put my headphones on and made a playlist, and I just started playing it on loop. And then I went back to the pen, you know what I'm saying, and started kind of like trying to orchestrate the song to make it make sense, because I feel like in relationships, writer's block would be those moments where you can't get through to the person that you're with. So that was kind of like how I made things coincide with each other in that moment. And that's like when it says, instead of me fighting and fussing about some stuff that you don't believe in, I'm going to just grab my pen and pad, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to write, and I'm going to put it there because I can't get through to you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard the story and how the song was written. You know, a little bit of the behind the music. Y'all know nothing about it. Google it. Just don't make me feel. Just Google it. Here is Hemmingw8y with Writer's Block on WERUradio, the urban sound of pride. Are you morning crew, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning to you and especially you. It is a great day. On this Tuesday morning, the second day of the week, we are here in the studio. It is myself. I'm George Daigle. Good morning. And also with me today is Hemmingw8y. How are you, sir?
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
I tried.
You did good. So we were talking off the air, and we were talking about Zodiac signs, and I revealed that I'm a Capricorn, and you did that. You did. All right, go ahead.
It's just the word. It's so triggering.
Expound, explain.
No, really expound. It's just, you know.
See, what had happened was.
Nah, it's not even what happened was. It's just, yeah. I'm not the biggest, fan of the Capricornage.
Oh.
However,
Well, why so? Now I want to know. Now it's a conversation.
Just, some recent heartbreak.
Okay. On behalf of all the other Capricorns, I want to apologize.
Thank you.
For whatever that Capricorn did to you.
I appreciate it.
We're not all the same.
I know.
Yeah, we're not all the same.
I don't blame it on, honestly, I don't blame it on, like, zodiac signs. It's just, like, a thing. When people say certain things, I might make, like, motions or noises or roll my eyes. It's honestly in a joking manner because I know people. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you know a Leo and it's just they're irritating to you. And it's just like, It's just like that moment, like where you just kind of like do it, and you be like, I know a Leo. Like it's just that's all it is. But aside from that, like it's not a thing. It's not a hatred thing or anything like that. Like
okay. So since we're on the subject of zodiac signs, what are the zodiac signs for you? What are
for me?
For you,
God.
Okay, Shando Kilbasa, Shada the Hyundai boo.
Shaki.
Come tie my yellow bow tie.
Oh,
don't act like I don't know, sir. Don't act like I don't know, sir.
No, but I honestly don't really know. I don't think it's a zodiac thing because I have met people that are zodiac signs that people don't think I should be with. Like people don't think I should be with Scorpios. I love Scorpios.
Scorpios is I'm sorry, I can't say that on the air. I'm married. Sorry.
Yeah, I love, you know what I'm saying? I love Scorpios. People think I should date a Cancer. I don't like Cancers.
What is it that you don't like about Cancers?
They are
things that you always wanted to know about Hemmingw8y. You find out today, ladies and gentlemen. WERUradio.
They just
go ahead.
They too sensitive for me, and I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive Leo, which is weird. It's because I'm on the cusp. So I'm the first day of
the Leo.
You know what I'm saying? The Leo cusp, and then Cancer ends the day before on the 23rd. I was born on the 24th.
Oh.
So I'm super like emotional, which is why a lot of people don't get Leo from me.
Oh.
Unless I'm in a
you're,
work
you're
setting.
you're like Ken Leo.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
I
made
that.
it up here. Write it down. Put it on the t-shirt. Put it on the t-shirt.
Ken Leo.
Well, I mean, it's good that you know who you are. And speaking of knowing who you are,
Geminis, no.
Oh my God, no! I have 2 brothers who are Geminis. No, sir. Never would I ever. I love them both.
Indecisive.
Never would I ever. And I love my brothers, but my brother, one of my brothers, he is like the comedian. Like, dude is funny off rip, super intelligent. But Eddie Murphy may walk out the door and Dr. Jekyll will walk in.
No, for real.
Swear for God.
No, I'm serious.
Swear for God.
I'm so serious. Like, Geminis are like so like, and I don't got time.
Yeah.
Like, you went to the bathroom happy, you came back and you mad at the world.
Right.
I don't know what happened in them 2 minutes that you was in there.
Right. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, Geminis never ever. But I love my brothers. I love them. I feel bad for the chicks that they date. Just saying. Just saying. But now my brother gonna be like, yo, nigga, really? Is that what we do? Is that what we doing?
Really, nigga?
Right. But no, we were talking about music. And one of the things that we were saying, you know, about you and yourself and other LGBTQ artists is living in your truth and putting that truth in your music. And a lot of times, those truths aren't heard on mainstream radio. How does it feel, first of all, being an artist, being able to live in your truth, and is that a burden and a gift at the same time, or how do you see it?
It's a little bit of both. It feels good just on a day-to-day, just as a person being able to live your truth and move around and not having to worry about it. Like, you can just be yourself. But when it comes to music, it is a bit of a burden because we have to play the politics game. Mm-hmm. And it can get stressful. It can get very strenuous. It'll make you want to quit. Like, it will definitely make you want to give up because it's like you have to sit and dissect things differently than other heterosexual artists. You know what I'm saying? Being a queer artist, like, it's different. We have to think about everything that we're going to write if we plan on putting it on the radio or we want to perform it and it's not at a, you know what I'm saying, LGBT event. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because I feel like heterosexuals, they can say whatever. And this is no disrespect to anybody. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all. But I feel like they can say whatever they want in their music. They can get away with it. They can talk about all different types of things. The girls can talk about, you know what I'm saying, want to be with a girl. Like, everybody, like the guys can make the gay slurs, you know what I'm saying, that they do when they be calling each other, you know what I'm saying, out their name and just using like gay terminology and stuff. They can do all of that. Nobody says anything to them. Mm-hmm. The first moment that we do something like that, it's an issue. We're not going to play it. Like, we don't want that kind of energy at our shows, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. So it's like you have to walk that line of either I'm going to be completely out here 100% or I'm going to play by their rules until I get there, which was like the Lil Nas X, you know what I'm saying, situation. Like, once he was in the door, He was in the door.
Right.
But that was the same thing that happened with Frank Ocean. Once he was in the door, he was in the door. They both did not just come out and like right off the top and was like, I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the case. The only person that has done that for real, like notable, like as of right now, is Santana.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he never dummied anything down. It was like either y'all gonna take me or y'all just not gonna take me. But either way, y'all gonna have to see me regardless.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. And I absolutely, positively love Saucy Santana. I don't care. Ratchetness, everything.
Yes.
I love him. But I do think, politically incorrect probably at this point, I do think that it's a little bit more palatable to people who are outside of our community to embrace the femininity because they see that as the caricature of who we are.
Yeah.
Once you are able to if you are an effeminate gay man, you're not a threat. But if you are, and I hate to use these terms, but walk with me, people. When you are outwardly masculine presenting, see how I did that? And you are still gay, they don't understand how to take that because then it starts making other people question the other straight men in their lives. So for a Saucy Santana and even Lil Nas X, who presents as feminine sometimes, he walks in and out of that. I think it's a little more acceptable because of that. How do you feel about, being in a world where a person sees you as a gay artist? That's the gay singer. Is that a problem or is that a burden? Because I've talked to other artists who don't want that label.
At first, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first started, really first started diving into recording and doing music, I didn't want the label. I didn't want to be put in a box, which is why when I started doing music, I didn't use any pronouns in my music because I want everybody, and I'm still that way. I want everybody to be able to sing my song. So if a guy is mad at a girl, I want him to be able to sing it at the top of his lungs. If a girl's mad at a guy, I want them to be able to sing it at the top of their lungs. When I'm at a concert, once I get to that point and I hear them singing the song, I don't want anybody to have to change the words or anything like that. I want everybody able to sing loud and proud about the song. You know what I'm saying? But it had got to a point where, how long are you going to hide this? You know what I'm saying? How long, not necessarily hide it, but how long are you going to continue to tiptoe around what you actually are and what you're actually talking about? We understand you're making music, but one thing that irritates me deeply about queer artists is when they want to exude this energy that they are not. So you're using pronouns like she and all this other stuff, and we know for a fact that that's not the case. And I understand that you're trying to play the game, but at the same time, if it fits you, it fits you. If this don't fit you, don't do that. That's just how I am. Right. If it doesn't fit you and it doesn't make sense for you to be saying that, don't do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no use. If anything, just don't use pronouns.
Right.
Don't use them.
And I was about to say that because, for example, for so long, and I'm just going to use this example. Y'all going to be like, why the hell he bring that up? But BB and CeCe Winans, for example, when they came out, they would not say God or Jesus. They would just say you. And everybody knew who they were talking about because whoever you is for you, the listener, it is who it is. And when you hear other artists who say she and he, that drives me crazy.
Because Corinne Hawthorne, she's a gospel artist, but she's she's more of a urban, she's on the urban side of gospel music.
Love her.
She has a song called Bless Up on her first project. And no, it's the second one. But it's on there, but she doesn't say God. But when you listen to the song gives you R&B. If you did not know she was a gospel artist, you would have thought that she was talking about somebody that she's in a relationship with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And glowing up and blessing up with a person that she's in a relationship with. But she didn't use God, he, nothing. She didn't do any of that. And I just feel like with queer artists, I feel like that's kind of like our cheat code. If we do want to get on the radio, we do want to get, you know what I'm saying, that airplay in that time that we want, we just got to switch up our pen. A lot of people don't have pens. Completely understandable. But you can find a writer that can help you with that because we make good music.
Great music.
And it is not fair that we always get the short end of the stick because y'all will put BS on the radio and y'all will promote it and the DJs are going to run it in the ground. But we've got good music, good beats, good producers.
I mean,
good, like everything.
Half of the songs, let's keep it clear, let's keep it cute. Half of the songs that you hear on mainstream radio, a queer artist wrote those songs. Victoria Monet.
Oh yeah,
pen is fierce.
She's one of my influences.
I mean, you're killing it.
You
killing
can't
the
take
game
it away from her.
And that's just one of them. Tiffany Ghosh. If y'all don't know, y'all look her up because the chick is.
Please look her up.
She is bad. Y'all know y'all think I don't be dumb. Wait. Killing the game. So let's not act like we are not still the architects.
We are
of what's going on.
I just want people to acknowledge us more for it. Like, go ahead and run us the flowers. It's cool. Like, it's not like it's. They feel like they can't lose. That's almost like a straight guy losing a fight to a gay guy. That's like the worst feeling in the world to them.
No, that's how it's supposed to be, sir.
Like, that's the worst feeling in the world.
You can't windmill like we windmill. I'm sorry, sir. Sorry.
So, like, when you put that in a music aspect, they don't feel like they should be on the chart with a gay artist. They don't feel like we deserve to be in a space with them. But I know plenty of LGBT rappers that can rap circles around a lot of the guys that are out now. I know a lot of producers that are way better than the producers that are out now.
Tell the truth.
Writers as well. Like, it's irritating. Like, it's so irritating at times. It's very, very stressful because it's just like, when are y'all gonna wake up and just go ahead and let it happen?
Well, I'll tell you this, and the shameless plug. WERUradio was created just for that. I worked in radio for years, and you know, I remember Billy Porter.
Yes,
I was in R&B radio at the time, and that CD came across. Now, Spirits Connect. Just looking at the picture, I was like, girl. But okay, I got it. But in order for him to get in the door, or at least at the time, he thought he had to present himself in a certain way. Moving forward, I recognize that, you know, that artists like you and Eli Liberty, and I hate just saying certain names, but y'all know what I mean. All of these tremendously talented LGBTQ artists don't have a platform. And even when they say it's our platform, not to diss anybody, but if you look up Pride, you know what I'm talking about. We are nowhere to be found. They have everything else. They have Ariana Grande. They'll have a Lady Gaga. They'll have all those, but they won't have an Eli Liberty. They won't have a Keeman Lonsdale. They won't have a Rico Cassadine. They won't have Victoria. They don't have that. So that's why I thought it was important for WERUradio to be here, so that when people come, they be like, oh, they're killing the game.
Yeah.
And that's the representation. But now back to you, sir. Great conversation about it. You can come back anytime you want to. I really enjoyed this conversation. I wish you could stay longer. But let's talk about Dope Boy, which is another one that I was like, okay, yeah, I know this song because you just gave me the edited version.
Yes.
But my boy DJ Baker plays it nightly on Raw and Uncut, ladies and gentlemen, from 7 until 10 p.m. But tell us about Dope Boy and how that came into being.
Dope Boy is my baby. Dope Boy, it came out the middle of nowhere. It was definitely unexpected. If you listen to my first project, The Disconnect, on all streaming platforms, it's nothing like anything that was on my project. It's the complete other side of the spectrum. I just wanted to have fun. Mm-hmm. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get in my bag a little bit and just enjoy life for a second. And it felt good. It was actually, so Dope Boy originally was a freestyle that I was supposed to be doing for the Lil Nas X Industry Baby beat. So if you listen to Dope Boy, strip that beat away from it and put Lil Nas X Industry Baby behind it, that's that's what I was supposed to be doing.
Wow.
And I was up. It was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I was going through beats. I found a beat. I had started like just putting it to it, and I'm just like moving through the city lights. I was like, okay. I said, give me a second. So Ayo Shine, shout out to my brother. I love him to death. He's the feature that's on there. I hit him at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like 2-3. I FaceTimed him. I said, I need you to listen to something real quick. I played the beat. I did the song. He was like, oh, yeah, it's hard. I was like, I want you on the song. He's like, oh, bet. When you trying to record? I said, tomorrow. And he's like, you for real? I said, like, tomorrow. Mind you, I go to Birmingham. I go back home to Birmingham, Alabama to record. Mm-hmm. So we got up that morning like 9, 10, and we hit the road. I went and got, like, me and Bree, which is the girl that's on the song.
Okay.
And that little section on the hook.
Okay.
She took us down there. Like, we all was in the car. He wrote his verse in the car. We kept, like, just rehearsing it till we got to the studio. We finally got to the studio, and her part was the part that was missing. I was like, there's an empty space in here right before his verse. We got to fill the space. So we're in the studio, and I just grabbed my phone. I said, Bree, I said, I need you for a second. She was like, what? I said, I just need you to go in the booth and just repeat after me. So I typed it. I put her in the booth. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, we going to put some auto-tune on it. Don't worry. We going to fix it. I said it one time for her. She went in there, did one and done. She came out. And she's like, I don't know if anybody going to like it. I said, Brie, I guarantee you this is probably going to be everybody's favorite part of the song.
Exactly.
I said,
exactly. The whole song is amazing. All right. Now, we got to get you up out of here.
We do?
So
I got to go?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to go.
Now, go ahead and hit that for me real quick, and then we'll get into this next song.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah, I did that. Wow.
What's going on, guys? I'm Hemmingw8y. Pride starts here on WERUradio, the urban sound of pride.
I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of urban music for the LGBTQI community and me. Between the hours of 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., this is Club Chit Chat. That's right. You know how we do it, honey. We're going to be talking about sports, politics, entertainment, and a little of this and a little of that. That's why we call this Club Chit Chat, baby. With a happy hour coming to you at 5 p.m. like no other happy hour you've ever experienced. So make sure you're around during our happy hour. Hey, I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of urban music for the LGBTQI community and me. Come on, baby, let's ride.
It is the We Are You Morning Crew, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. Throw the back. You was liking it? You was liking it? Yeah, I told you we do what we do over here. We don't be playing with y'all. This ain't a game. You think this a game? Now, one of the things, being in radio for years, my ear is like that. It don't take me but 30 seconds. I tell you in 30 seconds.
That's the A&R.
30 seconds. And so when we play every song that you say has been curated by yours truly, I don't play no junk. I don't play. So if it's on We Are You Radio, it's hot. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest in the studio, it's Hemmingw8y. Ladies and gentlemen, he's like, this dude is off the chain.
I love it.
Soon as this radio is off, I'll be like, but yeah, while we are here, we're talking about your music. We talked about a lot of stuff. Quan's been quiet in the back. Quan, if I had a camera for you, I would let you talk a little bit. But you know what? Matter of fact, they can't see you. But go ahead and talk, baby, to the people. Say hello to the people. Go ahead.
What's going on?
No, I said say hello to the people. You don't see that's turn his mic off. He can't even listen. Say hello. Yes. Say hello to the people.
Hey everybody, I'm Quan.
See how he don't listen. You need to put him in A&R, artist development.
We talk. Okay. We working on it.
Okay. Now, Quan, are you an artist as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What do you do?
I rap and I produce.
Okay.
And I write.
Okay.
All my stuff.
All your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's another controversy. Let's talk about that, Quan. But let me find out if I can get this camera up on you real quick. Let me see if I know how to do this real quick. Let me see if the baby gonna let me do it. No, she ain't gonna let me do it. We'll figure it out, Quan. But okay, so let's talk about this. I wish y'all could see this, baby. In hip hop, it has mostly been said, rumored, expected, that if you're a rapper, you should write all of your own stuff. And if you don't, you are not a real rapper. What say you?
You could go first because you're a rapper.
For me personally, so it's two different variations of it, because some people would, I guess, look at a singer and be like, oh, okay, well, they sing, so what's the difference between them singing and not writing their own stuff versus a person rapping and not writing their own stuff? But for me personally, I feel like as a rapper, you should write, because yes, you do have your voice, but the skill is in the technique of what you're doing. And the skill is in the technique of what you're saying. With the singer, on the other hand, they can sing. So, like, me personally, I'm not rapping anything that I didn't write.
Okay. All right. I get that. Now, y'all, if y'all saw this on camera, I was moving around and doing stuff trying to get this baby on camera. So, Hemmingw8y, what is your take on that?
I feel like rappers are supposed to write their own stuff. I just feel like it's just a respect thing, because I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to hip hop on the back end, it started as like freestyle. So being that was something that was a respectable thing within the hip hop community and the culture, it bleeds over into, you gotta have bars. You know what I'm saying? And if you gotta have bars, you should be able to write your own bars. You shouldn't have, like, when you go to a battle, it's not, oh, you finna battle for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. It's not, oh, we coming together. He gonna battle for me, but we using my name. Like, nah, it doesn't. It just doesn't work like that. With singers, I feel like you should be able to write, but if you can't, it's okay for you not to be able to write, because they have to. It's like being in a choir. Like, they got to teach you the song, they got to teach you the melody. So it's no different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no different to me. At least to me, I respect a rapper that has a pen over a singer, if that makes sense. I expect more from a rapper. I expect more from a rapper than I would from a singer, because I know with singers, we be wanting to talk about other stuff that rappers really don't talk about, like, for real. Well, not all of them, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, the penmanship is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's deeper, it's different.
So
like,
do you think, and this is for either of you, do you think that it's inauthentic if the rapper, it's not real?
I'm not going to say it's inauthentic. I'm not going to say that I don't respect it, but I am going to say that I'm going to respect a rapper that has a pen, and not just any kind of pen, but a really good pen, because we have a lot of subpar pens. So it's like one of those things.
Say some names, Hemmingw8y. Say some names. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, it's only 9:19 in the morning. No, but for real, like, it's just. But I now, one thing I don't like is how the industry bashes rappers for not having a pen and somebody writing their stuff. That's something that I actually don't like, because, once again, everybody's not a writer.
Right.
So you can't really be upset if somebody's not a writer. You know what I'm saying? If they can rap it, cool. Deliver it. Make sure that you, make sure that you deliver it. There's nothing wrong with that. But once again, the industry and social media has conditioned us.
I got something to say about that.
You got something to say? Go ahead, Quan. Say something.
So I feel like one of the issues in hip hop and rap present day is we're starting to accept a lot of what you say subpar things. So I feel like hip hop used to be something that was you had to have lyrics, you had to have bars, you had to have punchlines, like you had to have metaphors, you had to be able to do these things. And I feel like present day, a lot of quote unquote hits, not discrediting anybody's talent, but I feel like a lot of hits are very dumb, and I feel like they're very. It doesn't make sense.
You have to look at the time that we're in now, though. Like, we're in a TikTok generation now. Like, literally, the time that you have to, like, grasp somebody's attention is so short now. The attention span is shorter. The songs are starting to get shorter. Songs used to be like 3-4 minutes. Now songs are like a minute and a half.
You know, I know.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying, like
So
2 minutes high.
What do you think is that because of the TikTok generation?
It's a generation thing. Like, it's literally like changing. Like, people don't know how to write full songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that's just not their thing. But people think now, if my hook gets you, that's all I need. All I need is a good hook. And they could just be like, yeah. And it's going to turn into a TikTok craze. It's going to go crazy. But what I've also noticed is these songs that are blowing up on social media, when you play the full songs in the club or you hear them on the radio or they're in somebody's mix, don't nobody know the song until that one part come on.
Right.
Don't nobody know the song. That's what happened with, is Mooski? Track Star?
Right.
As soon as this part was over,
track star.
Nobody knew the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Never heard that song.
What?
I only heard that part.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
They play it all the time.
The song is hot. We play it here on WERUradio, but the way I discovered it, TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's she's a runner. Really good song.
When you listen to the whole,
it's a really good song. So now here's another question that I have, and this is gonna put y'all on the spot, and whoever wants to answer it, this is turning into a great. Quan, you can come back anytime you want to. You can come back.
Thank you.
But here's the question that I have. Recently, there was a certain, I'll just say it, Remy Ma was on an interview recently, and she wasn't dissing her, but she was just giving you what she felt. But in her dissertation, ladies and gentlemen, you can feel free to use that word.
I'm using it.
She was very verbal about how she felt that Doja Cat was not a rapper.
I disagree with that the moment she said it.
Okay, Quan, since you already say it, go ahead.
Because I feel like Doja Cat is great for our generation present day because she is multifaceted. She can do so much and she's well at everything she does. So when she says she isn't a rapper, it annoyed me a bit because I feel like she came from a standpoint of because it's not her type of rap that she's not a rapper. But you know, Remy Ma cool, but she raps like she's reading everything off paper.
I didn't say that, ladies and gentlemen. The views and opinions on this thing. No, go ahead. Speak your truth. Go ahead.
So you know, it's different, and I feel like if it's not her taste, that's okay. But I think that's BS, and that's just my opinion. Because I feel like Doja pen is crazy.
Yeah, you know what? First of all, Doja Cat is not new to the scene, and if you knew Doja before Doja like hit it big, I remember my husband and I were on a road trip, and you know, my playlist is everything, and so I was running through, and my husband, who's not, you know, that much into the pop, I was playing. He's like, "Who is that?" This is like one of her earlier, and I was like, "This Doja Cat." And he started looking her up. I mean, she's been that chick before y'all knew she was that chick. And I think there's room in the industry because there is I think the category can be called pop rap. You know, Drake is in that category. And there are other rappers that are in that category who may not necessarily have those bars like a Remy Ma or Trina or somebody. Well, I'm sorry, bad example. I said that out loud. But, you know, that are not hitting like that. I said it out loud. That are not hitting like that. Love Trina, though, for the kids. I love Trina for the culture. Love Trina for the culture because she loves the kids.
There's layers to everything, and I think that's the thing that I'm actually starting to have, like, I have to open myself up to as well because I could be a little biased sometimes when it comes to music, but there's layers to everything. Doja is a rapper.
Okay.
Doja is a rapper.
End of story.
That's just that. Like, she's a rapper, and you can't be upset because she doesn't rap like everybody else. Just because she doesn't rap like the other girls, look like the other girls, rap about the same stuff the other girls rap about, does not make her not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's like the younger generation now. they don't look at Missy Elliott and respect her. They don't look at Lauryn Hill and respect them. They look at the city girls and they like, oh, they them girls. When you've got MC Light, you got Rod Digger, you got Yo-Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got Salt and Pepper. You've got all these other females that actually can rap and run circles around these girls, but they don't respect them because they don't consider them to be rappers. They old-timey, this, that, and the third, whoop-de-whoop, and all this other stuff. They treat Doja the same way. Now, what I will say is, Doja is not R&B, and I have had her be put in that in that box a couple of times. She's not R&B. I'm sorry.
And when you look at the Grammys, which we'll talk about that too, since I got both of y'all here and y'all highly opinionated and well informed. One of the things too is like when you look at the Grammys categories, and I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't that.
That ain't that.
That ain't that. And I think the definition, the bar, the hurdle is being pushed further out to give other people the opportunity to run and jump over it. So now where R&B was, you could tell what R&B was when you looked at that category. Now it's like, but are they though?
We really need to get now that line, I don't like blurring that line. That line needs to be that line because they call a lot of stuff
R&B and
it is not R&B. Y'all,
well, you know they say alternative now.
Give that the category.
Yeah.
Call it alternative.
Call a thing a thing.
Yeah, like if it's alternative, best alternative male artist, best alternative female artist of the year, whoop-de-whoop, whatever. Do that, but stop putting them in these categories with these girls. That was like, I think it was the iHeartRadio, I want to say it was iHeartRadio Awards when Doja won Best R&B Artist of the Year over Jasmine Sullivan. And I'm like, girl, what?
Right. Not, first of all, yeah, that.
I was like, what are y'all doing? Like,
and I love me some Doja Cat, but at the same time, you are not an R&B artist. You were never in that category. But again, much respect to her because she's that chick in her category. All right, so what about the same controversy has been said about Cardi B because she doesn't write all her raps and blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-woo.
I initially, before I knew too much about Cardi, when I first started listening to her music, I loved her. And I still do love her personality. When it comes down to her lyrics, because I know somebody else is writing them, it's like, oh, okay. Because I do feel like it's a thing of present day. A lot of people don't write their raps. They don't. Or they have help. Or they have, and I don't feel like anything is wrong with help. But I do feel like if you are one of the ones that don't write your stuff, convey it well. Like, make me believe that you wrote it. And I feel like she does a great job at that.
Come on, convey.
Yeah.
Come on, Caballari.
I do. I feel like she does a great job at that. You have some other people that are climbing the charts that don't. They're offbeat a little.
Well, speaking of which, and this, you know what? Let me go into the song because I want to come back. Because while we're talking on that, if you're on Hemmingw8y's Live, I want y'all to chime in on it. Because there is a controversy that I saw on Twitter where a certain rapper from here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Y'all know what we're talking about. We're going to talk about it later, but let's get into this next song from Hemmingw8y. Y'all get ready because we're gonna talk about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've been waiting on this.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the song Charades.
OMG. I definitely didn't think you was going to pull that one out. Charades was one of my favorite songs from The Disconnect. I think that was the only song that I was actually in a lovey-dovey headspace because everything else was like, forget the world. But Charades was that moment when I finally kind of came out of a funk that I was in emotionally. I finally had kind of came out of that funk and I wanted to do something that expressed the way I feel love, and Charades is the best way to like to put that into words because love can be undescribable at times. Like it's like one of those things like you could skate around it and like describe like things that make you feel it, but you can't quite say that you're in love. It's like you're feeling something. So it's like you have to compare it to different things. And that's like when you play charades, you really can't say much. You only can say but so much, and people have to figure it out. So that's what it's about. It's like giving you the context clues that I might be in love. And I think that's what this is right now. So let me describe it, and let's see if y'all can pick up on the fact that I am in love. Can y'all tell me that?
Wow. That was so deep. Wow. All right, so go ahead and introduce this song, because this is deep. Now I'm going to listen to it with a different ear, but go ahead.
I'm screaming without further ado, y'all. Hemmingw8y, Charades.
We Are You Morning Crew. I am George Daigle, and yes, you're in the right place to get the sizzling subjects, trending topics, and a great music mix. That girl with that pen, Victoria Monet.
Yes.
I discovered her I told you already 2 of my dream interviews. Another dream interview. Y'all hear me? Where's my camera? Terrell Grice.
Yes.
I have been in love with Terrell Grice before Terrell Grice was that dude.
Yes.
I am so proud of him. First of all, they would have to pick me up off the floor, dust me off before I could even have the interview. I am so proud of that motherfucker right now. So proud of Terrell. Big, huge fan. But all right.
I love him.
So, ladies and gentlemen, during the break, we was talking off the air. And there's a certain controversy that has arisen, ladies and gentlemen. Let me unfold the the components of this story. So there is a rapper from our community, correct? His name is Monday. Thank you for helping me pronounce that, because I was like, how do you say his name? But Monday, on Twitter is where I discovered it. He made the pointed remark that Lotto, Latto, y'all know Big Energy, the remix is out, by the way, with Mariah Carey, by the way. He made the remark that it's really funny how I helped you write the song, and when the song came out, I don't think he referred exactly what the song was, but when the song came out, I was completely left out of the credits. Funny how that happened.
I just read. He did say the song.
Did he say the song? What song? What song?
Up, down with Saucy.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. You're right. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Up, down with Saucy Santana. Now Saucy didn't say nothing. Saucy like, girl, that's you. Saucy ain't stupid.
Saucy did share. He did it like it was very, very low key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He not finna mess up his bag. And I'm not mad at him, but then came the accusation. She came back and like, well, that's so funny. I wrote the song myself. Blah 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 blah. Woo 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 woo. He came back with, well, yeah, girl, you would have your pen so you could write down what I told you to write down. I'm like, oh, girl. Then it became this story that has taken off because it was on the Breakfast Club. They always take from our community. Anyway, so it was a big story on the Breakfast Club. So I want to hear his story. So I'm saying into the camera, Monday, if you want to come by our station, this is a safe place for you to tell your story, tell your version of it, say it out loud. I would love to get that interview. But in the meantime, we're here and we're going to assert our opinions on the story. So I will start with you, Hemmingw8y. What are your feelings? Because you're more into the community. You know what's up. You're hearing what's on the streets. Word on the street is, go ahead.
Nah. So this is my whole thing with the situation. I felt like the way everybody went about it was just a little chaotic. I feel like it could have been approached a different way. I do understand where you're coming from, but even when my last relationship that I was in, he always used to make a point of, if it made you feel a way, then why didn't you say something then? Why did you wait so long to say something? And that makes sense, like in this like situation, because if you were bothered by the fact that you were left off the credits, the song been out. The song's been out for a while. Why didn't you bring this up then? Like, why didn't you make this a thing then? Like, that was my whole that was like the only thing that wasn't connecting with me. But I think it's because I don't have a relationship with him to have that conversation. I don't know why he waited so long.
Well, here's the other thing, because I feel like this was, and I hate the reference, but this was the pre-Chris Rock, Will Smith situation, where I feel like Monday literally reached out and slapped her across the face. And I feel like if this was your pen, if this was your writership, you know how to reach out to her. You've got a phone number. You know somebody. It's 6 degrees of separation.
I just didn't like the way she handled him, like how she started like calling him very much so a fan and all this other stuff like that.
Yeah, that part. But again, when you call, there's this bravado that you gotta maintain that. You gotta maintain that bravado, and so it's like before you allow yourself to be called that. Basically a ripoff artist, kind of like that whole situation with Money Long and Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
Again, somebody called you out, so I gotta retaliate in the way that you came at me.
Yeah.
But if you had done that, it's kind of like when the whole Katy Perry, Nicki Minaj collab, and Katy Perry was like, they told me, she came and I was so flattered that she wanted to be on the record. Nicki Minaj, nah, they asked me, and I was like, but. That's not how you handle that. If you had told the chick, you know her number, you know how to get in touch with her. Katie, I just want you to know that wasn't the story. So can you correct it before you just get in the streets and start throwing hands? But again, how are you feeling about that whole situation? And
it sucks because you don't know who, like you want to know who right, and you want to know who you really want to stand beside in this situation, but it just sucks because he not the first one that something like this has happened to, like within our community, like with other artists. Like he's not the first one, and he's probably not going to be the last. I do applaud him for speaking up, and I do applaud him for, giving a voice to the situation. Whether you said 2 words on the track, whether you said 10 words on the track, it was still some kind of contribution. You know what I'm saying? You were in the room. So I don't know, because we still don't have like receipts, on what the lyric was that is in the song that was yours.
Right.
We don't have that, but I don't think anybody is going to go that length to put a story together like that. If it was BS. I don't feel like you're going to go that hard. But then again, everybody's different.
Right.
Everybody's different, so there's always other sides to the story. Now, one thing I don't like about it is the way they're handling him on social media. They're dragging him. And I feel like if there's 2 sides to the story, Breakfast Club, okay, y'all picked up, the interview with Mulatto, with Lotto. You picked up the interview with Lotto. Well, why y'all ain't pick up the interview with him?
And it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard.
He's accessible.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he would have done it. So, why y'all didn't want to hear his side? It was like, oh, it's Lotto. We only want to hear her side. And I feel like y'all made it easier for him to publicly be bashed. Y'all, made the platform broader to make them continue to bash this man. And that's the only thing that I really wasn't, rocking with the whole situation. Now, what I will say is, from a PR standpoint, I would have made sure if I was going, because you did everything, we plan everything. All right. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to make a post about Lotto today. This was planned. This was something where it was festering. And it was finally like, you know what? I'm finally going to say something. I would have had a song ready.
Oh, okay.
I would have had a song ready. And the reason why, PR-wise, that would have been the smartest move ever, because people are automatically going to go look, because we're talking about pens.
And they want to see.
They want to see what your pen's giving.
Right.
I would have made sure I dropped a song the day I would have made a move like that, because you had all the traction that you needed to really push it. And I would have made sure that was the best song that I put out. Because it's literally like one of those, you got one bullet in the chamber. If you going to fire it off, you got to make every little bit of this count.
Wow.
You gotta make every little bit of
Ladies and
discount.
gentlemen, that was free knowledge. Y'all send that boy his 10%. Y'all send him his 10% right there. Right there. So let's also talk about this, because there's always been in the community, and I'll be the one to say it, a lot of the female rappers that are out, and this is no diss to anybody, but you can name 5 female artists that are hot on the tracks right now. Pretty much everything they do, everything they say, the way they dance, the way they dress, came right
Here.
from our community.
It's us.
And I feel like you will do that. You'll put that on before you put the people like Monday, allegedly, who were behind the behind the canvas, or who painted the painting, but you signed somebody else's name.
They're not gonna do that because they think that they're gonna lose their respect. Like they will give us the credit for a pink bob before they'll give us the credit for a pen.
Come on, say it again, please, for the people in the back.
That's just how it is. It's that simple. Like, what I'm noticing is they belittle us as gays, queers, LGBT, however you want to say it. They belittle us to a point of we're creative. Y'all are so creative.
Oh, yeah.
They love to say that. Y'all are so creative. Like, I love your brain. I love how it works. They love to do that, but they're not going to give us the credit for anything else.
They're going to take it.
They're not going to tell you that they produced the track. They're not going to tell you that they wrote the song. They're not going to tell you that they wrote the hook unless it's one of the gay girls. They'll do that. They'll let Victoria and all of them slide. They definitely will let them slide and say that they penned it. You know what I'm saying? But even then, a lot of people did not know Victoria had a pen.
Right.
They didn't.
Right.
It had to take an interview, you know what I'm saying, for people to understand, like, this girl has been doing this.
Oh, and what's the other dude? Oh,
Eric Bellinger?
not that's one of them.
Kenyon Dixon.
Oh, no, he did the water. He's written for MJB. He's written for a lot of people. Oh, daggum.
TC?
No, I'm gonna look it up. Keep talking. I'm looking baby up.
Look, because I was finna start calling him.
Let me see. Oh, dadgummit. That baby's name is right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, dadgummit, and it's not coming up. But he recently did this song called "The Water," which I love. He kind of keep going.
But no, I was just like, they don't want to give us full. They'll give us creative credit, but they're not gonna give us the real creative credit because they know once they give us those credits, they're going to have to pay us more for those credits. It's not, oh, the bob was $500, so I'm paying you $500. It's I'm getting residuals from you.
Well, now that's the lesson, and we're gonna have to go real soon. But the lesson that a lot of people probably missed in that, because this was on Terrell Grice. Thank you, Terrell. I want to say it was maybe Victoria or damn it, I can't think of her name right now.
Candace?
No, it was another chick, and it starts with an R. She's written for other people.
Ray Louise.
That might be it.
RELXUISE.
I think that was her.
She one of my favorites.
And she was on there, and she was talking about how you get into the room and you're having this writer's circle. And you write this and you give it, you kill it with your pen. And then because it's a certain name, and I don't want to say any names like those or those people, but it's a huge name. And they're like, okay, thank you, Hemmingw8y. But I'm gonna change this word.
And it doesn't belong to you anymore.
And exactly.
It doesn't belong to you anymore, and that hurts.
How do you explain that to artists? As an artist, has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
So how do you protect yourself? You want to be out there so bad, and I get it. You hungry. And if Chris Brown or Beyonce, and I'm not saying these people, come on, y'all, or Fantasia or Jennifer, whoever, you want to be on that record, you want to be in that circle, you want to be that dude or that chick. How do you protect yourself and keep that from happening to you?
The question is, how bad do you want it? And what are you willing to do? That's the name of the game. That's where we at. That's the industry that we in. It sucks, but that's where we are. If you really want to protect yourself, especially when you're a writer, the only thing that you can do, start copywriting your stuff before you send it off.
But what about when it's right there organic and you're writing it in the room?
That's fine. Just make sure that you cover yourself when you go into these sessions. But it's just like, if you go into a room and you go into a room unarmed, if they fire off, that's your fault. And what you got to do at that point is going to be up to you. What you accept in that point is up to you. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you don't want them changing the context of it, you have to either sit tight and not say anything and let them do it and put it on the song. That way you can get your credit, or you're going to speak up and they're going to put you out the room.
Right.
Those are your options. You don't have any other options.
Isn't that sad though?
Very.
Yeah. That's an uncomfortable position. I can't imagine. Like allegedly, like Monday is asserting, you put the heat on this.
Being a writer is a very tough. Just doing the reference tracks, sending off reference tracks. I've seen people get ripped from their reference tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll send out a track for somebody in full, and the people will be like, "Oh, we don't like it." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go a different route. Thank you.
Are you talking about Ashanti, and that whole album that Jennifer Lopez happened to get with her voice still on it?
Don't slide the envelope to me. don't.
Are you referring to that, sir?
That's a situation.
Yes.
That's one situation.
Yes.
But it's like stuff like that has happened a lot, like with these artists, and not even that. They'll take it, tweak it, put it on another beat completely. And it'll be what you sent over. But they, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll take and switch things up. I've seen it happen too many times before. I've listened to it too many times before. This industry is very cutthroat. You have to be built for this. If you're not built for this, it's hard to build you for it.
Wow.
That takes a lot of time. That's not even an artist development thing. That comes with their tough skin. That comes with your mental. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a completely different thing. Because they're going to turn down your verse. Are you going to fold in the room, or are you going to go back and write a different verse? You know what I'm saying? They're going to turn down your song. Are you going to say, I don't want to do this anymore? Or are you going to try to put out something better? Or are you going to continue to take that song and shop it to other people? Because there's plenty of people that don't like Dope Boy. I put it on a blast or trash situation, and the DJ that was on there, mind you, I know her, cool with her, or whatever the case might be, not like in her personal space, but I know her enough. So she's like, I can't wait to hear the track. Won't put the track on there. She gets on the live, and she was just like, I mean, the track is cool, but I wouldn't blast it, though. You know what I'm saying? That bothered me for like 2 seconds, but then I thought about it.
That's one person.
And I thought about all the people that are pushing the song. I thought about all the other DJs that asked me for the track. I thought about the people that are actually spinning it in the club. I thought about the fact that I did a show and everybody knows the hook. Like, that's one DJ out of a world of DJs. So it's like I could have easily folded and just said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to push the song no more. But there's a bunch of other people that like it. So as a person, as a writer, as a creative, as an LGBT, you know what I'm saying, member, keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. If they don't like it, oh well. Oh well.
That's it.
Somebody's going to like it.
Right.
Everybody don't like cheese. I love cheese.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
In certain circles, that means a lot of different things, but we'll move on. So, Quan, any words that you'd like to add to that, or what's coming up with you? What's happening with you? I know this is not your interview, but since you're here, Quan.
Period.
Right.
Period.
So, well,
that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for being here. No, continue. Go ahead.
To piggyback off what you said, my thing with the writing thing, because I've had people ask me to write for them before, and these are, some allies in our community here. And the thing is, they would want me to write, but they want me to be quiet about the fact that I've written for them, because I'm not gonna lie, I can rap. Like, my pen is great.
His pen nasty.
Is it nasty?
He's really giving you like the dummy down. His pen is nasty.
Do you have something out there now?
I do. I got a couple of things.
Why don't have them? That's all the time we have, ladies and gentlemen. But if they want to check you out, if they want to hear what you got, what do they do?
Yeah, so I'm streaming on everything, even on social medias. I am the Kid Beats, THAKIIDBEATS.
All right. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh Lord, run, y'all. Run.
Wait, see, that's what he was talking about earlier.
Run. I mean, no, y'all good people. And Hemmingw8y, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that, sir?
Hemmingw8y, everywhere. HEMMINGW8Y, and that is on all social media platforms, music platforms, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, OnlyFans, Christian Mingle.
No, hold on. Since you're gonna do that, you might as well sing that.
What?
I take Cash App. No, but seriously. All right. So we're going to do this last song before you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Anytime y'all want to come hang out. We can do it again. And I'll make sure I have a teapot here. We can make some tea.
Come on. I'm going to make sure I have my cup.
Since we done poured so much. How about it? Now, this last song from you, GPS. Tell us about this.
GPS was definitely one of my favorite songs to ever record to date. Like, even now, it's one of my favorite songs to perform. It's just near and dear to me because that was the first time I was able to be, like, vulnerable on a song, and just, it was the wordplay. That was my Victoria Monet moment. That was a moment where I took something and made it into something else. Like GPS, I literally took all the things that you would think about with a GPS and I made it make love, on how to get back to love and how you have to wait for love and you have to kind of like move around and get through like the bumps and the bruises and all that other stuff, the potholes. Like, you got to go around a lot of stuff. Second verse was about waiting in traffic, and that's like basically like just waiting to get back to being with the person that you want to be with, but you had to go back and relearn them again. So they had to teach you how to get back to it. But yeah, that's GPS.
You so deep. Like you for real. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get on up and get on out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you, but I got to go. Thank you so much, Quan. Thank you so much, Hemmingw8y. I appreciate y'all for being here. Go out there, be safe, love yourself, and be kind to one another, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, let me do this. Next song from Hemmingw8y is called GPS. It's right here on the We Are You Morning Crew. Bye, y'all.
Oh, We Are You Morning Crew.
Download the We Are You Radio app.
Turn it up loud.
Use the shout-out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. It's available on your app store. Search WERU Radio, one word, today.